HCG, how it works. We know that it's a hormone that basically its job is to go deep inside those locked pockets of, or seemingly locked pockets of fat, and pull from there. There are 3 types of fat you have. There is the fat that we have all over our body that does things like, oh, you've got fat on your feet, which without that you would not be able to walk because it would just be bone to skin. You've got that kind of fat. You have other fat that is a protector of your organs. You need that fat, and you need the first fat. The third fat are these pockets of fat that we don't need. They're just storage units located all over your body, and they grow tremendously when things are out of control. Genetics plays a big role in that, but for those of us who are overweight, you know what areas I'm talking about. And what the HCG does is it does not pull from your organ fat. It does not pull from the fat that your body needs. It only pulls from that bad fat. The fat that you don't want, you don't need. How does it do it? I'm not sure, but it does it. And here's a part that I find extremely interesting. I never knew this. Did you know that this fat that you have, you know, all these pockets of fat, you know, your rump, your hips, whatever, it is actually packed full of vitamins and minerals. It's not just like useless fat. I mean, it's useless to us, but so while the HCG is pulling from that fat, it's actually releasing it into your body. And after you have eaten so many calories a day, it needs more. Your body needs more. So the HCG kicks in, pulls from that bad fat, distributes that, you use that up, you burn it up. You don't have to take vitamin supplements. You can if you want, but you don't have to. Because all that fat is full of all the stuff that you need. It's just nutrition packed. So you don't have to worry you're going to be suffering from, you know, all kinds of deficiencies or becoming weak. Your blood sugar is going to be way low, things like that. It doesn't happen. So what are the results you can expect? Well, you've read your manuscript. Women can expect to lose between ½ pound and 1 pound a day. To me, that's amazing. Men, of course, it falls off them faster. So, like my husband, he loses 1 to 2 pounds a day. It's just the way it is. So what's the plan? The plan is you get basically, I don't want to call breakfast a meal. You get basically 2 meals a day. Breakfast and all day long consists of all the water you can drink. You do have to drink at least ½ gallon a day, which is not much. I bought this Fiji bottle. It's 1 liter, and the manuscript says drink 2 liters a day. So I try to go for 3 on this. Some days I pass it up, and I am assuming when it gets warmer out, I'll be drinking more. So you get all the water you want all day long, all the green tea. You can have black tea. I try to stick with my water and tea. You can have coffee, black coffee. Can't have cream, which is it's a toughie for me. So once in a while I'll have coffee, but I usually stick with tea and water. Then lunch. You get 1 apple or 1 orange, not a tangerine, not a tangelo, not a clementine, or I believe is it half a grapefruit, I think, or a handful of strawberries. You get 1 of those with lunch. Lunch also consists of 1 vegetable. There are only certain vegetables you can have, and that's in the manuscript. It doesn't really tell you how much. We just go by like this much. That's just what we do. If you can kind of figure that out, like a big handful. My husband usually has a cucumber for his lunch. That's his veggie of the day. It's just 1 cucumber. Doesn't matter what size it is. Cut up, He eats that, his apple, and a piece of protein. You get 100 grams of protein before it's cooked. So you got to weigh that before it's cooked. And then it usually shrinks down to about 82 grams cooked. That's what you get. Now you're going to be thinking, oh my God, yeah, I'm going to pass out by noon. You won't. Believe me, you won't. Now dinner, same menu. And the veggies you get to choose from are not your favorites. You can have onions or celery or asparagus. I think it's beet greens, spinach, lettuce. Not a lot of choices. They're all the watery ones. But there's a reason for it. This is the diet that Dr. Simeon's discovered worked the best. If there were other additions you could have, I'm sure he would have put them in. Believe me, I'm sure his patients were griping about it. There are 3 different ways you can take HCG. I should say there are 2 different ways. There are kind of 3 different types. Now, some people are into the homeopathic things, and that's great. I'm not. I need the down and dirty stuff. So, there's the homeopathic, which has had mixed reviews. Some people feel it's too weak of a solution. Other people, it works great on. So if you want to do that, you can search for that on the internet. I don't have the research into that because I knew that was not going to be for me. There is HCG that you take by shot. And I've got one here. It is a diabetic syringe. Can you see how tiny that is? Okay. That's all the amount I take is from 0 to right there. 20. International, or I guess that would be 200 international units. That's what I take every day. It is a tiny, tiny needle. You probably can't even see the stupid thing. It is so small. Put it up to here. It's a super skinny needle. You don't even feel it. I'm not kidding. And I'm a wuss, okay? You don't even feel that. Where do you inject this? Into your belly. I know. Ouch. It doesn't hurt. I'm not kidding. When I was first researching this stuff, that's the first thing I said when Deb, referred me to the manuscript. I saw, oh, they're injecting these people. I thought, yeah, no, I'm done. I can't do that. I can't be giving myself shots. It's not shots like you're going for your immunizations where the nurse jams it into your arm. And no, it's tiny. You take a pinch of your belly, you push this in, I let it go then, and plunge it in. You don't feel a thing. You don't feel this going in, not even when it's cold, because you keep the stuff in the fridge. Doesn't hurt at all. And that's it. You're done. Put the cap on it. Out it goes. That's done. These are disposable. You don't reuse these. Now, if that's creeping you out, then there's another way you can go. The second way to take the HCG, or third way I guess we're on, is under your tongue. Now I take the 200 units once a day through shot. If you prefer to do it under your tongue, you will save in supplies because you won't have to buy these syringes. You'll just have your little dropper and you can just put that under your tongue and stick it back in your bottle. So that's 200. If I were to do it sublingually is what they call that, under your tongue, I would take 100 units twice a day. In the morning, I would get up, I would put that 100 units under my tongue. It's a liquid. Let it sit there for like 15 minutes. It's hard. That would be hard for me because I got the patience of, fly. So I couldn't do that. So I guess you could walk around and, get ready for work, whatever you got to do. Hold it under your tongue for 15 minutes, then swallow it. So you're done then until supper or whatever. And you do the same thing later. So you do that twice a day. So those are your options. The homeopathic is also sublingually. So you got the homeopathic sublingually, the down and dirty sublingually, or the shots.